All right, welcome to another Freeform Rock Podcast after show. As always, well, not as always, because Jerry doesn't show up much. Mooger shows up more. But we have the Mooger Fruger and Jerry Supe, and we got guest Tim Rasnick.
Woohoo! A party!
He's
Woohoo!
not a black box this time because he was on BS as a black box. But man, what is going on in the world of fucking music? It seems like a bunch of drama shit with fucking Eric Gronwall leaving Skid Row and for his health
That's
and
not drama, man.
That was so contrived. It's not even funny. Are you kidding me? You got Sebastian Bach saying he sees no reason why he couldn't come back to Skid Row, and then you got Skid Row kicking out their lead singer.
They didn't kick him out.
Pure coincidence. I don't think there's no way in hell Sebastian they would take Sebastian Bach back. I will swallow this dice right here.
Well,
If fucking Sebastian Bach is back, I just
if
do not see
Sebastian
that
Bach
happening.
goes back, you might see another member leave the band, and that is Rachel Bowen, because he cannot stand.
Ain't that his
Sebastian
band
Bach.
though?
well, Snake and
Partly
Rachel.
his band's
Snake,
also Snakes and Scotty Hills and
well, Scotty Hill's been out of the band for a while, but I'm just saying
I
that
think
you
he's still
you
got
won't
ownership.
see. It will never happen because Snake and Rachel are like really brothers, on that band.
Yeah.
They're the ones who write all the songs. They're the ones who keep that band going, man. I like the Johnny Salinger stuff, man. I like that what they do. I think they're great songwriters and they don't get enough love. And the problem is we said on BS, they came out in 89 when hair metal was kind of dying, and then they released a harder album after that. They weren't fucking hair metal ever. They were fucking rock and roll metal, and it's like I hate that like Tesla gets lumped into fucking hair metal
Yeah,
shit.
but then they came out with that piece of crap, the third album. It's got the tune Eileen on it.
Subhuman race.
Ah,
Subhuman race.
subhuman race rules.
No, they're trying to be way too grungy.
Not even. That is fucking metal as fuck.
Yeah, I agree
they
with Tim.
sounded
I
like
agree.
Alice-
I agree with Tim on that one. I wasn't crazy about that album either. So
They sounded
Oh,
Well,
like Alice
I
in
mean, I
Chains.
love the album, but I had to listen through the production because I think they're like "Beat Yourself Blind" was one great heavy song, but
Frozen?
the drums were flat as fuck. The guitars were distorted as fuck, not in a good way, not in a good tight.
Alice in
distorted way.
Chains.
No, they didn't
Yeah.
sound like Alice in Chains.
No, and I think that was because when the songs were written, they were not trying to be grunge. The production pushed them into
Mhm.
grunge. Blame Bob Rock on that, blame the label, and blame the engineer.
Well,
Because
Bob
they were-
Rock. Okay, Bob Rock. How the hell does a band like Metallica come out with Saint Anger?
Right.
And they're in the studio listening to the finished product. This is what's going out to the masses. And they're saying, "Oh, that sounds great. Yeah, that sounds
Well,
great."
you know Lars is
Are
tone
you
deaf, right?
kidding me?
You know Lars is tone deaf, right? Because he took out Jason Newsted's bass
On that
on
album, he was.
well, he took out Jason Newsted's bass on Justice for All. So you can't.
He
The
took that out
producers
because he
need
was
to jump.
jealous of Jason Newsted.
The producers need to say, you know what, Lars, fuck off. We need to put the bass up high in the mix. That snare drum ain't working. That was Lars is fucking
Well,
runs
and,
that band.
And the other thing with Injustice, the reason why the bottom end kind of all seemed to merge. Everyone thinks Jason was turned way down in the mix on that, maybe. But the whole other reason he disappears is that album has got a very dirty, bad bottom end. That sounds like a porno, but we're not going to go there. But this, it's just like if you listen to the record, it was mastered wrong. It was mastered with way too much low end. If Jason's was even turned up into the mix, he would have been lost in the mastering process of this.
I still say that there was jealousy over Lars. Lars was jealous of Jason. Didn't think he could cut the
because if you look at his playing with Flotsam and Jetsam and stuff like that, it's much fucking better with those bands than it was with Metallica. It's almost like he's playing the rhythm section, the rhythm guitar on the Metallica albums, in my opinion, man. I mean,
Not on the
so,
Black
they,
album. Not the Black album. He came into his own, man.
then-
He did a lot of. I
yeah,
played bass for
but
that record.
Then they shouldn't
but
have hired him. I mean,
Right.
they're the ones that said, "Hey, you want to be part of
I mean,
Metallica?"
they give Robert Trujillo more freedom than they did Jason Newsted, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, they learned their lesson on that. You heard them. They said they learned their lesson to let them do what they want, you know.
But Robert Trio can also play with anybody. He played with Suicidal Tendencies. He
Yeah.
played with
Oh, God.
Ozzy. So it's not
Suicidal
like he's coming
rules.
in there straight out of a band from Texas that nobody had heard of at the time.
Yeah, I don't know how he's still doing that fucking stoop he does on stage, man. He's like what, 50s and almost 60 now, probably.
He's
It's
younger
not-
than
Oh,
all
he's
of
in
them,
his
though.
60s. Yeah, he's like
he does that fucking stoop he does with his bass. I'm like, dude,
Oh, the
man,
crab.
his back hasn't gone out. Yeah.
Crab, yeah.
I could get down like that, but the possibility of me standing back,
Right.
I'd have to take the bass like an oar and get myself up.
I'd have to play a stationary bass in order.
Yeah, right.
He ain't
There you
moving
go.
very.
And it would just be like a do.
Exactly.
Oh my God. But Robert
Like
Trio
stray cats,
rules.
you know.
I need to see Suicidal live. I saw videos of them with the new drummer from the guy who was in Corn. Fuck Corn. I hate that fucking man. Well, not
Oh,
Corn.
Sylvester?
What's that
Jay
band?
Weinberg. Jay Weinberg.
Jay
Oh,
Weinberg.
Jay Weinberg. Okay, yeah.
You know,
I didn't
Max's
know, I
son.
didn't know he joined Suicide.
Oh yeah, he's in Suicidal, dude. And they show a scene of him in the background just playing the drums and Mike Murs just running all over the stage. And I'm like,
Mhm.
God damn, I want to see that band live. I had
That's
a
another
chance.
band that's in their 50s. Mike Muir's going to be, he's pushing 60.
Dude, that guy is a maniac, and he got over his back surgery. I know how back surgery feels, so
I do too.
I fucking love Suicidal Tendencies. To me, that band has never made a bad album. Never.
Eh,
That fucking album they did after the Art of Rebellion, where he was just saying "fuck it" all the time, is fucking amazing. No fucking
That is
problem
one of
at
their
all.
best. That's one of their best records. Suicidal Motherfucker and
Yeah, it was just motherfucker songs on there. You know, it's like
I don't know.
Mike
fucking
Murr
problem
was
at
just
all.
going off.
To me, Mike Muir's voice, I can take or leave depending on the track.
Dude,
I'm the same way. I do like Suicide Tendencies, but I don't think he's got an amazing voice.
He is great in the group. He's
There you
great
go.
with
Yeah,
infectious
there you go.
grooves. He has a rhythm to his voice and his lyrics. It's like, just because you don't
Yeah.
like it, don't mean it ain't no good. Just you know,
He
he
does-
says, and one more
he-
thing, fuck off. You know,
Yeah,
fuck
he's
you.
pretty,
you know?
he's pretty topical too, which I like. So,
Like,
yeah.
I love the track, How Can I Laugh Tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's a
Fuck
great
it.
track.
it's a great track.
Can you
That's
tell
great.
me one bad album Suicidal was made?
Probably the very first one to me, even though
What
it has
is wrong with you?
institutionalized on it. I don't know, man, because I like the How Will I Laugh Tomorrow, Lights, Camera, Revolution.
That's the era that I was listening to them, so I have no
I
idea
shot
what their new stuff
Reagan,
is or
Institution.
The new stuff,
Lies.
the new stuff.
I saw your
Art of
mommy.
Rebellion is really good, and right after that, Mark, they released the Psycho for Life records, or Suicidal for Life, or whatever that is. And
Yeah, it was a great album.
it was a really good album, and I haven't listened to much forward of
Yeah,
that. But,
me too.
You know,
Dude, the first Suicidal Tendencies album is fucking amazing. Fuck the Sex Pistols.
I just don't like the mix of it because my ears hurt when a lot of high pitches are in there, and it's very trebly, which is like
Oh.
the problem with a lot of early like Megadeth and even Metallica's
I Won't Fall
first
in
one.
Love Today. Oh my God, that album fucking just flows, man. We do have a review on Freeform Rock Podcast of the first Suicidal Tendencies album.
I'm gonna look that up.
It fucking rules, dude. That is like,
Institutionalized. All I wanted was a fucking Pepsi.
Mm.
Man. All I wanted was a Pepsi.
I saw your mommy and your mommy's dead. I saw her lying in a pool of red. It was the greatest thing I ever seen. Your dead mommy right in front of me. I turned her over, saw the tire tracks on her head. Then I realized she was dead. Fucking who says that shit? Mike did.
Mike Murr.
Mike Murr.
Because they're growing up in like fucking
East
You know,
LA.
in the streets, with gangs and everything, and that's kind of shit that comes from that. So
My God, but I think the band was better. I like all those albums, Join the Army, stuff like that. But when I hear Robert Trujillo redo fucking Go Skate,
Oof.
when they did that compilation album where they re-recorded everything with Robert Trujillo on bass,
Yeah.
that Robert Trujillo with fucking Suicide. Luckily, they have a son in there now, which is fucking amazing. He took over for Robert, and Robert even goes back to Suicide. He still does Infectious Grooves. It's like that man is one of the amazing bass players of all time that does. Everybody goes fucking Cliff, 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 Cliff. Robert is better than Cliff. Sorry, motherfuckers. That guy could play better than fucking Cliff Burton.
Unfair comparison because Cliff's been
I
dead
don't
for
know
what,
about that,
fucking
but-
40 something years.
But I'm saying compare his shit with Suicidal with what Cliff did shit with Metallica.
Well,
Oh,
Cliff,
now we're comparing different bands. Okay.
But I'm talking about the
Right.
bass playing. The bass playing.
well, I think that Trujillo is so good. I do. But he steals from his influences, like a documentary he did on Jocko.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
he was a big, but so yeah, man, when you listen to Robert, you hear that. It's automatic. And as far as Cliff goes, I don't know if there was a more original thrash metal bassist coming onto the scene. No one was doing what he did.
Oh, Cliff is amazing, but I'm just saying.
No, I get you. As far
But
as like
everybody
technical ability, Trujillo might overshadow Cliff for sure. But Cliff brought in that I had never heard a distorted bass in my life, and then until Anastasia pulling teeth.
That's
Yeah, it's like I
amazing.
said, it's like Cliff's shirts, Cliff's body of work is a lot less than Robert's. So who knows what he could have grown into as a player. Kind of like what I always say about, if Randy Rhoads was still alive, we'd be talking about him or Eddie being the two best guitarists on the planet, in my opinion. So
I agree with that.
But
also.
We already do. I mean, there's a lot of people that think Randy and Eddie are 1 and 2 or neck and neck. I mean,
sure.
what? And and he had what? 2 albums?
Yeah, pretty much so, yeah. But
Just
like
go
I'm
out and
saying,
sell? I mean, did they? I don't think you did any albums with Quiet Riot other than
Yeah, no, he did.
it was
he did.
terrible. It was awful.
It was
yeah,
horrible.
like
his-
recordings or
yeah.
demos or something like
Yeah.
that.
I like I said before, Kevin DeBrawl kind of fucking took his legs out on that shit because the guy was better than what he was doing on those albums. And Ozzy just said, "Randy, be Randy."
Yeah,
Yeah.
let it loose. I
Let
got
it
nothing
loose.
to lose.
That was always one cool thing about Ozzy. He let his guitarist fucking play, dude. And I love that about Ozzy.
Except for Gus G. I think he kind of neutered that
Yeah.
guy.
Well,
Well, I don't think Gus G was up to snuff to.
Gus
that
G is
or-
good in Firewind.
Good, yeah, another guitarist like Yngwie. Every song is one big lead.
yeah.
Yngwie Malmsteen, fuck it. Let's get into that motherfucker.
Let's
Yeah.
not
Must
say
we?
didn't.
Must we?
It's like I know he made some great albums, but he had to have good collaborators with him to make those great albums.
Yeah,
He is
Like
like
Joe Lee
wanky,
Turner.
wanky, wanky,
Right, exactly.
wanky.
Exactly.
It's like
Hey man, I will tell you that me and my buddy saw him live just this past summer. I think maybe August, up at a little club here in north of Fort Wayne. It's called Angola, maybe 45 minutes or so north. And I thought to myself, I've never seen Yngwie. I've never seen the guitar wanker in live. I've just never seen it. Been a fan, honestly, for a very long time, not of everything, but some stuff. So I'm like, I'm gonna go see this guy. Probably the last chance I will ever get to see him. Holy shit, dude, it was spiritual. It was like I'm when you see him live and he's just going to town and he's got that wall of Marshalls and he's got a good backing band. Even his vocals aren't that bad.
ooh.
No, they're not.
Oh, his
Maybe
vocals are
on
terrible.
record,
I'm
maybe
sorry,
not on
Booger,
record, but when you
oh,
fill the
wow.
room with 500 or 600 people, put that noise out there and all the reverb. But
That's
Yes.
why he plays guitar.
This is horrible. This album is horrible.
I'm just saying,
I
I saw
bought
him
it
live
'cause
and
I
it
like
was really
Yngwie.
fun. It was fun.
But God, because Eddie Trunk said this album was good. Eddie Trunk
Yeah.
Give me your real fucking opinion about shit, dude. Stop
Has he
buttering
ever?
your
Yeah.
just ass.
Has he ever said something sucks? I don't remember. Do you?
I don't know if he said it. Well, he does. He doesn't
He
like.
doesn't. He doesn't want to offend anybody. Quote,
He
unquote.
doesn't
Exactly.
like kissing the makeup. Like other people wearing
of
Aces
course,
and
yeah.
Oh,
Peter's
back
makeup.
up. Think about who Eddie Trunk is. He has a family. He has needs to support. He's a name brand. Of course, he's not
Yeah.
going to.
But
course
if
he
he
does.
shit on, shit, he would be bigger.
You can
I
you can
think he'd be bigger.
you can criticize stuff nicely in a cool
Mhm.
way. You know what I mean? So
Well, he
yeah.
does
But of
that with the
course-
kid.
Eddie Trump is vanilla as fuck. He always has been vanilla as
Yeah.
fuck. That's how he's on radio. That's how he's on TV.
That's why I like
Yeah,
him with
yeah.
Jim Florentine and what's the other dude?
Jim
Don
Florentine.
Don
Jameson.
Jameson.
Don
Jim
Jameson.
Florentine.
They
is
keep him on.
awesome.
They keep his ass honest.
Yeah, Jim Florentine is awesome on Sirius XM.
Oh yes, yes.
He has a
Dude, I
fantastic show.
subscribe to his podcast. You want to hear some fucking insults? Listen to his podcast.
I'm just saying they keep Eddie Trunk honest. Without those two, he's fucking vanilla as fuck.
Yeah.
And Eddie Trunk, it's just like, oh, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good friend of mine. You know, we know this, Eddie. We know you talk to these people. Stop fucking buttering your own ass. You know, I listen to your podcast all the time, Eddie. I want you to be real. You know, you always say, well, I got to give the tough questions. I never heard a tough question from
Tough
you at all.
questions. Holy shit! I
He
heard that
always
guy
says
say-
that he has to give the tough questions out.
He
I've
has,
never
because
heard one
he
tough
has-
question from him.
He is the ultimate fucking softball pitcher, dude. Man, with
I
questions.
guess it
man.
depends on your definition of the word tough.
Yeah, exactly.
Jerry, this is how he softballs the question. He was like, now I know you said he didn't want to talk about this, but I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you this question and the fans would be furious. But what about yada, yada, yada?
Yep.
It was like, and then the artist, of course, says back, now that's not agreed upon. I'm not going to answer that. And we're not going to talk about
And he
that.
doesn't push it.
I had to try. He knew he was going to get kicked.
Right.
The ball was going to get kicked back. So I don't
Now, the
know.
real way to ask that question is, what the fuck about this? Or what the fuck about that? You know, well, I have to ask this because what the fuck went on, man? What happened? You know, or what's going on now? You know,
He just wants to get those interviews. He wants to name people on it, so he's not going to fucking
That's
rock the
his
boat.
job. He gets paid for it.
But
That's what he needs to do.
But then you got Jim Florentine and the other dude, Don Jameson, getting out there and busting his balls.
Jim
You know?
Florentine-
Both
Get other
single,
gigs.
by the way. Only Jim has a child. Don doesn't. So, like, it's like Eddie's got this big Italian family he's got to take care of, provide a house for.
Well,
Roof over-
he's got two houses, one in Jersey and one in Vegas now. It's like,
besides Jim
good for
and
Florentine,
you,
he
stalker.
claims
for
he's
you,
poor.
stalker.
Could you afford two houses?
He ain't
Ruger?
fucking poor.
Could you? He acts
No,
like he's
you
poor.
know the only the first time he had to actually not worry about money was when he got the Sirius XM show on volume, and that was 106 at the time, I think. And I don't know, man. I've met Eddie. I've had a beer with Eddie. I've chatted with Eddie. He's a cool dude. And he might be, yeah. And I'm listening to his shit as well, guys. And it's like me. I know this guy. Me.
Eddie Trunk, to me, is just like Ricky Rackman was.
Oh, fuck you on
Oh.
Ricky Rackman.
I love
Ricky
Rick
Rackman was neutered by MTV. He
A
couldn't do what he
poser.
wanted.
He's a poser.
What is this poser shit? I asked you this about Ricky
Hey,
Rackman.
if I
You
had
didn't answer.
if I had a house in Vegas and one in Jersey, and I had to be a poser, the poser can pay my bills. I'm happy about that.
But I'm saying,
That's
how
what
is
he's-
Ricky a fucking poser? He did
That's
what MTV
exactly
wanted
what
him
a
to do.
poser is.
No, but now he does his
Sold
own
his
shit.
soul to become famous.
No, but
He
he
fucking-
doesn't. No, he didn't. He said he went on that show to promote bands he wanted to promote, but MTV
Look at
says
Ricky
no.
Rackman back in MTV, the start of MTV when he did Headbangers
Headbangers
Ball.
Ball.
Look at him. Just look at him. Take a look. He
I
had
think
the
he's
long
fine.
hair. He had the tats. He's trying to look like an 80s rock star. Look at him today. He looks like an attorney.
Yeah. Where
No, he
did
doesn't.
he come
He has
from?
a fucking
where did he
mohawk
where
right
did
now.
he where did he come from? Does anybody know?
I have no idea.
But why do you guys always make fun of Ricky Rackman? I think he just
I
Because
always
he's
hated
more,
that guy.
he's more legitimate than Eddie Trunk.
I like the dude,
No,
but he was an MTV VJ with the long blonde hair. Who was that guy's name?
Adam
Adam
something.
Curry.
Adam
I like
Curry.
him. I liked fucking him better hosting the Headbangers Ball than Ricky
No,
Rock.
I did too, because at least-
Absolutely I did.
You
At least
you
he
missed
knew
the
he was a
narrative,
poser.
Jerry.
No,
You
dude.
missed it.
Ricky Rockman, now he's doing a fucking NASCAR show. It's like he does whatever. It's
Hey,
like
what he
given
likes-
to
Well, he
him.
likes
He's a
NASCAR.
biker.
I'm fucking
No,
NASCAR.
he did a
Right.
fucking cooking show. Look it up.
Whatever pays the money.
That's what I mean. Which is okay, I guess. But
Which
you
is-
know,
Which
Jeez,
is
say this
Jerry,
guy's-
don't we all have
to
a
say this-
job?
to say this guy is 100%, yeah, fucking metal. Hey, fucking bullshit, dude.
Was
I'm
it
Hey,
sorry, I
he's
don't buy
great
it.
friends with
Poser.
Faster Pussycat. Faster Pussycat rules.
Enough fucking said.
What's wrong with Faster Pussycat?
We did a review. You know what I
You
thought
like
about
most
Faster
of the
Pussycat?
album. You like most
No, I
of
like
it.
2 songs off it.
He
Damn,
was brutal on that one. He was brutal.
he was brutal, yeah. But I like Ricky Rackman.
Also the co-owner of the Cat House, I might add.
he's a lot more honest than Eddie Trunk is. You know, that's
Okay,
all
I'll
I'm
call
saying.
him. I'll call him a businessman then. Okay. What's
Neither
he
one
called?
of these guys, either Eddie Trunk nor Ricky Rackman, believe in any of the shit they spew. Anything.
Yeah.
All they
I agree.
care
well,
about
well,
is the money. How much are you paying me?
the worst one that I loved, and he's not doing podcasts anymore, is Mitch LaFon.
Oh, fuck
He
that guy,
loved that
too.
last Bon Jovi album, 2020, and I even called
Yeah.
him on that on Twitter or X or whatever it is. I
Yeah.
go, how could you like 2020? That was one of the worst Bon Jovi albums I
That-
ever heard in my
That
life.
fucking guy likes everything I don't like, dude. We would
He
not
does.
get along.
Well, he likes The Elder. You love The Elder. He kisses.
Well, I do like the Elder. I mean, it just seems like everything he posts, I fucking disagree with, man.
Well, I
And
don't
it's
just-
cool. I don't
I
say
love-
anything back.
I haven't
I'll
liked
say
the
anything
Bon
back to
Jovi
Star
album
Trek.
since 1985.
What is the worst Kiss album ever?
Crazy
The
night.
worst Kiss album ever? Either Unmasked or The Elder.
I
Hasn't
agree
been
with you
made
on
yet.
that.
Hasn't been made yet. It hasn't been made yet.
They aren't going to make it.
Possibly.
Dude, they
If
went
release
out on
anything.
fire. They went out on fire. Monster.
Yeah,
rules.
Monsters, great album. Great album.
I like.
I hope
See,
they-
I
hope they
didn't like
don't.
Monster. I liked Sonic Boom more than Monster.
See, I
Ooh.
didn't like Sonic Boom too much.
or their album Rise to It. Not Rise to It, but
Hot in the
Hot in the
Shade.
Shade, buddy.
Hot in the
Hot in the
Shade.
Oh,
that
I
album,
like most
talk
of the
about
songs.
needing to be cut down. Oh my
Yeah.
fucking god.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
dude, that was like a 15 song album, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
could have
Hey.
been an EP and it would have been
It
just
Yeah,
could have been,
but-
it
but-
could have been an EP. I agree with you.
But unlike Crazy Nights, I do like a couple songs off that.
We
album.
did
I
a
like a couple
review of
tracks off
Crazy
that,
Nights and Hot in the Shade, and I said Hot in the Shade would have been a great 10-song album. So
We didn't do Hot in the Shade, did
Absolutely.
we?
you
I didn't do
weren't
Hot in
there
the Shade.
yet, Jerry.
Yeah,
That was
okay.
Lee.
I think we got talking about GNR the other week, and everyone was like, well, Appetite's a perfect album. You don't skip a track, and it's there for me for sure. But I tell you, I have not liked anything.
I was just gonna say I have never heard of a band other than GNR that has got so much mileage out of one fucking album.
Yeah, right.
Right?
No, it's a
Absolutely.
double album, Tim, and it could have
And
been
it
a fucking
sucked.
scrap
Yeah.
album. Because
took
the whole-
I have never owned Illusions 1 and 2, and I never
They're the
will.
most,
What
They're
the
like-
fuck is wrong with you, fucking
the most.
loser?
I have them, but they're most overrated albums in fucking rock history.
Lose
There's
Your
some good
Illusion
songs
1
on
and
it.
2 has a lot of great songs on them.
There's
though.
some
As a
good
matter of
songs,
fact,
mainly
I would-
shitty songs.
Homa, Dead Horse.
I would almost say Chinese Democracy is probably better than both.
I
of them.
like
Fuck
Chinese
yes, it is.
Democracy also.
Fuck yes, it is.
But I'm
I
just
like-
saying, I
like
would
what you-
rather listen to the Tesla discography, even with Shock, more than a Guns N' Roses discography.
I think that band he had on Chinese Democracy was the best version of Guns N' Roses. I know I'm going to get shit from the GNR fans. That band was awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Now,
On that
GNR
tour
Tim,
and
Tim,
album.
Are there
Tim.
GNR nerds?
Let's let
GNR
Tim
they
talk.
put out one great album that I can listen to front to back. All right. Every song on that track. Paradise City, but
What?
every song on it I can listen to. I don't have to skip it or pass forward or anything. I can
But-
put it on, forget about it.
We did do
Any other GNR track, I'm going track by track. Because there's duds on every one of them after.
I
Yeah.
agree. I
And-
agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on your like my
Well,
world.
they had
What
one
the fuck
great
was that?
album, and the rest is average at best.
And judging by their recent releases, I hope they don't fucking do another album.
Oh god.
Seriously.
Slash his blues album sounds pretty cool right now. And Slash with Miles Kennedy is fucking great. I like all 4 albums of that better than GNR albums. But Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, they have a lot of great songs on those albums.
Maybe if they combined them to make one album, maybe.
Yeah,
possibly.
we did that on a review with Charles Trainer. Use Your Illusions 1 and 2. And we did make our own 10-song Use Your Illusions 1 and 2.
That was like
But you got Dead Horse, you got fucking Coma, you got fucking Civil War. There's a lot of
Coma.
great
I hate
songs
that
on that
fucking
album.
song.
God.
I hate that fucking
But
song.
did you
Very
need-
boring song.
Did you need to
Their,
put
their
two?
cover of Knocking on Heaven's Door is lame.
I love that song.
That
Inspired.
fucking phone call in the middle of it just pisses me off every
Well,
time.
the
I hear
phone
it.
call could be cut
Horrible.
out. I think I said that.
Now you could be
It was-
mine. You
I'm
could be.
so
You could.
glad that was the hot album the same year that the Block album came out, and I remember being at the record store, my local independent record store, Wood and Nickel, and hey, you want to sign up for that
Sounds like a
new
bar. Wooden
Guns
Nickel.
N' Roses? I was like, holy shit, yeah! And I put my name down, and then I heard it from my friends because they all got it and had money before me, and
Yeah.
I listened to it. I was like, yeah, take my name off that list. I'm
That
not-
was
I'm
like
not-
that was like me with the new Ace Frehley album. I had it pre-ordered, then I listened to it. I go, fuck this album.
Canceling
It's a lot easier to return shit nowadays than it was back then. It really was.
It is. It's like I remember I bought like what's that Dave Lee Roth album? Fucking what had She's My Machine on it.
A little ain't enough.
Yeah,
no,
Little
it was She's My Machine on it.
Yep,
Filthy,
Little Ain't
dirty,
Enough.
filthy little
Little
mouth
Ain't
or
Enough.
whatever it is.
Oh, filthy, filthy little.
Yeah, I remember going. I bought it,
Oh.
and I go, "Cause it's fucking Daily Roth." You know, I bought it, and then I'm listening to it. It's got a country song on it. The only good song on that album was "She's My Machine," and then I fucking
And that was
damn
just
it, I went back and I said, "This album is scratch. It's skipping." And
That
they
is the
said, "Well,
only. Sorry, go ahead, Mark. I'm sorry. thought you were
and then
finished.
they said, "Oh, we'll go ahead and get another copy of it." And they had 3 other copies of it. I took it and hid it, and I said, "There is no other copies of you sold out of that album." And I got Scorpions Worldwide Live. I go, fuck
There's a
this
Yeah.
album.
There's a
that is one of the best things about streaming. One of the only things I like about it is you can actually listen to it before you buy it. And thank God, and I'm gonna fucking get ripped for this comment here. Thank God I did not fucking pre-order that Judas Priest album because I think it is fucking
Oh,
awful.
fuck off, dude. That album rules, dude.
It hurts to fucking say that because I love
is-
Judas
What is
Priest.
wrong
That is
with
the
you?
metal album
See?
of 2024.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm trying to like it. I've listened to it like 10 times, man. I just cannot. It sounds like I don't know, dude. There's something wrong with it. I don't know what it is.
Well, I
man.
like
Maybe
the
I'm getting
Black
old
Rose album
finally.
better.
But fuck, dude. I hate the fact that I don't like it because I love Priest, man. And but like you said,
Jerry,
dude,
Did you
I'm
like
not gonna. I'm not gonna.
it
I'm
hurts.
not.
It hurts to hurt the ones you love.
I'm not. Like I said, I'm not gonna like something I don't like just to fucking fit into a group.
But
I gotta rip the
goddamn,
fu- I gotta
that's
rip-
what
I
we-
got- I got ripped to shreds out of RBCP with that comment. Holy shit! I'm surprised I didn't get banned.
But,
But it
as
is what it's-
respect to you, Jerry. I would rather hear that you don't like something from somebody you love. I would rather hear that than fucking hear, oh yeah, it's awesome. It's Judas.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't want you to be any trunk but licking their ass, man. Yeah.
But I would take Iron Maiden Senjutsu over that album any day of the fucking week.
I love
Twice
Senjutsu.
on Sunday.
And
I
fuck-
mean,
And fuck
Jerry,
all
did
you
you
people
like
call it
Firepower?
Senjutsu.
I do like
Firepower.
Firepower. Yes, I do. I do like Firepower.
Firepower is amazing.
The new album, just I don't know. There's a lot of Turbo rejects, in my opinion, off this.
Well, I
album.
like
don't know,
Turbo.
dude.
Maybe
Well, I
that's-
don't like Turbo, so I don't know.
Fucking,
I don't know.
Verbo?
Now that was the
You
the
can get
turbo.
vacation deals brought to you
No,
by
look.
Verbo.
Now I saw them on the Turbo tour. They were really good. There too many fucking songs off that album, but so I did get to see the classic lineup at least. But
Jerry, don't go.
what? What do you mean?
The song don't.
Oh, whatever. I mean, will I go? Will I go see them in concert?
Yes.
Will I go see them in concert on this tour? Absolutely, I will. But I'm not saying.
Well,
I'm a big fan of
you
their
should,
album.
but they don't have a good opening act this time. No.
Yeah.
God damn. I saw them with Queensryche opening with Todd Delatorre, which is fucking amazing. I saw them with a Riot Heat, which is fucking cool. But the new opening act they have
Maybe
with them, I don't want to see it.
maybe when I hear them play these songs live, I'll like it better. I don't know, dude. It's just I don't know. I mean, something's wrong with this album, in my opinion. It's just not.
I saw.
Well, technically, it's not really Priest anyway. It's just fucking Halford and
No, that's no. That's got Tipton on it, and it's got the only person who doesn't have it from the classic lineup is Holland because he's dead.
I mean Ian
Or
Hill.
he was out.
I mean,
he was already
Ian
placed
Hill
by Johnny
is the
Hill.
Black.
only original. Ian
Yeah,
Hill's
yeah,
the
yeah,
only
yeah.
original
Yeah,
member.
that's
in
what I'm
that
talking
band.
And
about.
all
Yeah.
that dude does is sit in the background, just going the
I'm
bass. He
talking
doesn't even
about
go
the
up front.
classic era, the '80s. You know,
Yeah.
back.
Can you
Okay,
imagine
gotcha. Okay.
How
Richie
wonderful that
Faulkner
would be.
rules.
I love Richie Faulkner, man, but I like his work with him, but I just cannot get into this album, dude. And I'm probably gonna get more shit when people listen to this. I mean, I've been fucking,
his first contribution was on Retribution of Souls, and that was right after the
Retribution of Souls.
yeah.
That was Angel Retribution.
No, Angel Retribution or Tornado. I don't know. God damn it! It was after Nostradamus. It was after Nostradamus.
that was a bad album.
You mixed two albums in one.
I did. Holy
Who
crap!
is
You did.
who is Richie Faulkner related to? Famous person.
George Lynch,
There you go.
his father-in-law.
Is he really?
Yeah,
Is he really?
it's his father-in-law. Yeah.
Never knew that.
And
You
George
know-
Lynch was going to join Judas Priest
Yeah.
when
For a minute. Yep.
Tipton was having all his problems.
Hey, speaking of George Lynch, that
Ugh,
new
I'm missing
In
that new
Machine album fucking
Oh, okay.
rules.
I thought you were gonna talk about the fucking Lynch Mob
The
album.
In
Oh
Machine.
no. We already talked about that.
I
Babylon
thought it
album.
was okay. I thought it was okay.
The new In Machine or
Yeah,
Babylon.
it was okay.
Gearish sounds amazing though, man.
It was
I love
different
Robert
singer.
Mason, but
Yeah.
God
So let's
dang
get
well,
back to let's get back to Skid Row for a minute and change the
Okay.
subject real quick. What do you think about Lizzie Hale singing with Skid Row for these last couple of tours? Wouldn't that be kind of cool to see? I think it would be cool. I like Lizzie. She's cool. She's got a great voice.
she did dissonant aggressor under those EPs with Judas
Yep.
Priest, and she did a really good version because I played that on thatmetalstation.com, which I'm coming back April 4th. I will be back on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific time. So get in there, give me a request. I'm only doing a 4-hour show now, not a 5-hour.
Yeah, I sent an email to that guy. I want to do a show too, if possible.
Yeah. But I'm back there, man.
You're
I'm
just
back
a
on.
music whore, Mark.
Dude, you know what sucks? All this new music comes out. I'm like my hero, Jim Ladd. When he said an interview, he says, "Yeah, I love the new music that's coming out, but I can't share it with people. It's horrible." And it's like I got that itch to like, oh, here's the new song by blah blah blah. Here's the new song by blah blah. And I can't do that anymore. I could post that in the Freeform Rock podcast community. I could post this on our page. It's not the same as talking to people in the chat group. What do you think of that? You know, it's just amazing just to fucking share new music or Lizzie Hale and stuff like that, man. But
Lizzie Hale, I think she's a hell of a fucking singer, and I think she's great in her own band. And she's got the kick-ass attitude you need to be a female in rock and roll. You know,
True.
no frills, no bars, no fucking nothing attitude. I love it.
Yeah, and
Doing
people
a
are
Priest
saying,
thing,
yeah,
I don't know.
people were
Although
like,
Halford does sound like a female, so yeah, maybe.
people were like, "Oh man, I don't want her to be the singer of Skid Row." First of all, if she joined Skid Row, it would be a step down because I think Hailstorm was probably bigger than Skid Row is at the moment, at least anyway. So
I think she's just helping him out.
yeah, I
man.
think so too. I don't think she's going to do anything. You know,
But
she did
I-
do covers. She did do "Slave to the Grind" in their band, which is a pretty
She
cool
did.
cover of that. So, you know,
But I think that Skid Row's gonna get her, and people are gonna enjoy her in the band, and then they are gonna go for a new female lead singer. They'll find somebody different to take her
I'm telling
place.
you, Sebastian Bach's coming back to that band.
I don't think so.
I don't
just
think he's
see
coming
it.
back to that band at
Especially
all.
after
There's no
this.
amount of money those other guys want to make to deal with his BS. I mean, they
Yeah,
just don't want to.
That bridge is burned. That ship had sailed. Yep.
They could-
Yeah.
They could have
Ships
did that
eventually
years
have
ago.
to come back to harbor. So
Yeah, I
The
mean,
band-
if it happens, then we're going to do an emergency show with all four of us, man, to eat crow, I guess. Except for Tim, he's the only one that says it will happen.
no, I think they're going to try to make it last as long as they can. They're going to put an album out.
I don't think
I mean,
they're.
do you
I
think-
don't think they're desperate for money though.
Do you think how much more fanfare would that actually draw?
Not
You think it would
much.
draw a lot? I
much.
don't think it would draw some, but a lot. Yeah.
I
Right,
think
They're not,
I-
they're not going to be headlining arenas
Maybe
or
not
anything
new
like that.
fans, but they sure as hell is going to draw the old return fans.
it's gonna draw the grumpy old dudes that can't get into new music.
Like,
Get off my lawn.
It's like, get off my lawn, you know. It's like
I-
fucking, you know. Sebastian Bach, I like his solo albums. I like Angel Down. I like Kicking and
Angel
Screaming.
Down was amazing.
Great shit, man.
He's
Yeah, I
kinda
mean,
stuck in the '80s though, as far as his
Yeah.
format for his tunes.
yeah, I mean, nothing is impossible. But I'm not going to say it's impossible. But I would say 99.9%.
He would
sure he's
need
not
to
going.
suck Rachel Boland's dick and fucking.
And he probably would.
He would. I've never heard this guy shut up about being back in Skid Row. It's
Now
like
you-
Sammy Hagar being back in Van Halen. I never heard him
geez.
fucking shut up.
Now you said, they're not worried about money. Depends on who you are in that band. If you're Snake or you're Rachel, no, you're not worried about money because you own the band and you own everything that is associated with the band. So no, you're not. But if you're like the drummer or the second guitarist, yeah, you're worried about money.
Because
They're
you're getting a
getting paid.
weekly
They're not-
salary, buddy. You're getting a
Yeah,
weekly
exactly.
salary.
You're a paid
And how much
station.
salary do you think Skid Row can pay nowadays compared to 1988?
Exactly.
I think they would upgrade from clubs to like amphitheaters. That's about it. I don't think they play.
With a
like-
very strong co-headliner, maybe.
Yeah, they would have to have good.
But
I
they
think they'd
also
get
have
on the festival tours.
Yeah,
they are also pulling really strong guarantees. So
Mhm.
if the guarantee is, I don't know, 20, 25 a night, and I'm talking 25,000 a night, and the promoter only brings in 500 people, well, promoter lost their
Yeah,
ass.
no way by themselves they draw 25,000 people. Man.
I know, I'm
No
just
fucking
just
way.
Not
throwing
just
numbers
that,
out there, dude. I'm
you
throwing
could say, well, it was an off night or a bad promoter.
Yeah.
they
Promoter,
could bring in
I've
Firehouse.
done this. I've
Oh,
promoted.
please don't bring
Hey,
Firehouse.
They talk to each
just
other.
about a week
Believe
from
me.
now, or a couple of weeks from now, we've got, oh gosh, it's like Vixen, Warrant, Trickster, or somebody just about an hour west of me coming up, and they're not going to draw anybody, and they're coming in on like a Friday night. Friday night's really good for the small town, but they're playing like a 400, 500 seater,
Yeah, that's why they're playing a small town.
Yeah, I saw Slaughter in fucking Rock and Brews. Yeah, that's what Mr.
I
Big is
mean-
playing here.
Would I rather see Skid Row headline in stadiums just to have people like Beyonce and shit like that? Absolutely, but it just ain't going to happen when they're not going to draw
I've
much.
never
man.
seen Skid Row like headline. It was always
have-
opening
have-
up for Aerosmith.
Here in Fort Wayne, they came around on the Slave to the Grind tour. Pantera opened. On
Well,
the
I heard
Vulgar.
Pantera blew them off the stage. So.
Oh,
I-
right. But actually, it was the Strength Beyond Strength record. Far
Mhm.
Beyond Driven. That's it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
saw
okay.
Skid. I saw. I'm sorry, we done, Mooger? I'm sorry, my bad.
No, you're good. Go.
I was gonna say I saw Skid Row at a place called Summers on the Beach in Fort Lauderdale. They had to do that club because they were under contract. It's just when their first album hit, and they were fucking raw and fucking awesome, dude. Don't get, I mean, if they were, I mean, I knew this band was going to be somewhat of a success. Actually, they were not as a success as I thought they would be. But when they first started, I'm just telling a story. It doesn't have really anything to do with what we're talking about, but how good they were live at that time. Man, they were something to see.
Well,
But
I
like
saw.
again, go ahead. Sorry, Mark.
Well, I saw them opening for Aerosmith on the Pump tour, and they were amazing. I remember my mom saw because she loves Aerosmith. She went and saw them with her friend on that Pump tour, and I saw them the next day at the Forum. And she came to me and says, "Sebastian Bach's that singer of Skid Row's gonna break his neck. He just keeps headbanging his ass off." And then when fucking what's that guy's name? God damn. Fucking give it to me, baby. Give me that funk, that sweet, Like that, give it to me. Rick James. Rick
Yeah.
James, he
Give it
broke
to me,
his
baby.
he broke his neck doing this. And my
Yeah.
wife and my fucking mom goes, "See, I told you." But Sebastian Bach has never broke his neck headbanging. But I enjoyed them opening up for Aerosmith. They were great.
I mean, what I
You know,
saw that night was fucking incredible band. I thought they were going to be huge, but it didn't pan out.
Well,
Nice.
they actually were huge for 2 album cycles.
Yeah.
From what I heard, they weren't actually happy with their first album because the studio actually kind of turned it down. They were supposed to be more metal than that. That's what they did. Slave to the Grind was more heavier. That's what I heard.
All the chicks went for the first album, and all the real
Sure.
fans went for the second album.
I mean, because Slave to the Grind and their debut are two fucking
Michael
totally
Wagner,
different
man.
albums. Yeah.
Michael Wagner, man, he's a great engineer, producer, mixer. He's the one who mastered, or engineered and mixed and mastered, I believe, Master of Puppets. So he knows what the fuck he's doing. And on Slave to the Grind, holy shit, I saw them live. They came down, like Kiss used to ride these like carriages down,
Yep.
late in the Love Gun Alive 2 tour when they got a little bit more
Yep.
funding and could do that. They didn't have to walk it anymore. So Skid Row started at the top of these stairs, and these stairs would just came down,
and
and you had everyone standing on them, and there was no security there, man. I don't know how they didn't fall to their death, because I know for a fact they were stoned and drunk when they hit that stage.
Why
But-
did Rob leave the band? Sorry.
He got
Oh,
kicked
the
out.
drummer?
He got kicked out?
Because he was like, they wanted to go into this whole band thing called Ozone Monday. And he was like, "Oh, this isn't rock and roll. You guys are trying to be new metal,
okay.
grunge."
I never knew why he left.
Fuck new metal.
Rob
Eh,
Alfuso is one of the few members of that band that actually had a brain inside his head.
He kept his money and he did well.
Yeah.
Rob has been trying to get Skid Row back in the band, even though Rob is not even back in the band. He's been like a emissary between those two camps, And
He's
he
a
says
cool
it doesn't
dude. He
work.
does-
The band.
Yeah, Skid Row's he's trying to get Skid Row to be in Rob Afuso's band. Yeah.
No, he was trying to like talk to like Snake and Rachel. To
No,
bring
I know what you're saying, dude.
yeah. But fuck it, I love Skid Row. I don't think they made Revolutions Per Minute was a horrible album. But
I don't know. I liked Another Dick in the System. That was a cool tune.
oh my god. I like the ones with Solinger. I thought those were great EPs that he made with them. And rest in peace, Solinger. It sucks. He's younger than those guys and he fucking died. We're all human. We all fucking
One
have
thing I
our
don't
time
understand
limit.
about Solinger is he made the EPs and they were great,
They were great.
but the full length album it sucked.
It
Pretty
did.
much.
The EPs are great. I didn't
Thick
like
skin or skin thick as a skin.
Yeah, I didn't like that shit at all. But man, I think we all have shit to do today. It's a Saturday. We got Easter tomorrow. So let's get the fuck out of here, guys. You guys
Peace,
done?
everybody. Yep. I'm
Love.
good.
All right, man. Any final thoughts, Jerry?
No, I'm good, man. Thanks
Any
again for
final
being
thought?
on, Tim.
Jerry, thanks you for hanging around, man. Appreciate it. Tim, nice to meet you. You can shit all over any of my suggestions anytime. I love you. And I just love having the conversation and the back and forth. See you,
Me
Jay.
too.
Great. It's
Too.
great shooting the shit with all you guys, man. I loved it. So
And check out Sunflower Fox and the Chicken Leg. Great band. Let's get the fuck
Later.
out of here.
I just
Later,
want to
guys. Later, guys.
say, I just want to say thank you very much, Mark, for having me, and thank you guys for allowing me to be here. I
I'm glad to
appreciate it.
finally see your face, man.
I
That's
love
awesome.
this shit.
We
yeah,
love you, man.
all I got was a black box on the BS session. Yeah, so it's good.
All right, man. Take it easy, guys. Let's rock on. Let's get the fuck out of here. Later.
But
Later.
yeah.